My boss suddenly gave me a promotion I never asked for. At first I was excited. Then I found out what the promotion actually meant. He called me into his office, closed the door, and said, "We've decided you're ready." I smiled. Ready for what? He leaned back. More responsibility. I thought, finally. My hard work was paying off. I was already mentally spending the raise. Then he handed me a folder. I opened it. Office coordinator. I looked at him. Is that a promotion? He smiled. Absolutely. Does it come with more money? He paused. We'll discuss that. That's corporate language for. No. The next morning people started coming to my desk. Can you book the conference room? Can you order more coffee? Do you know where the printer paper is? I looked at the third person. Do I look like I know where the printer paper is? He looked at my new title. A little. So I found the printer paper. Then someone asked me to fix the meeting room projector. I said, I don't know how. He said, neither does IT. Great. By lunch I hadn't done a single thing from my actual job. I'd booked meetings, ordered coffee, found printer paper, and somehow fixed a projector by turning it off and back on. I walked past my boss. He smiled. How's the new position? I said, I've been working since 8. He nodded proudly. Excellent. I stared at him. You realize none of it was my actual job, right? He smiled again. Leadership. I walked away. I was starting to think this wasn't a promotion. It was a trap with a nicer title. Then it got worse. People started coming to my desk before they'd even tried solving their own problems. Can you print this? Can you order this? Can you call this person? At one point someone walked up and said, do you know how to make a spreadsheet? I said, yeah. He handed me his laptop. Great. I stared at him. That was a test, wasn't it? He walked away. By Thursday, I had become the office's unpaid customer service department, so I finally went back to my boss. I said, can we talk about my promotion? He looked up. Sure. I've been doing everyone's job except mine. He nodded. That's leadership. That's not an answer. He smiled. You're adjusting. To what? He paused. Your new role. I leaned forward. Okay, let's settle this. Do I actually have a promotion? He looked at me, then sighed. Technically, yes. Financially, he looked away. No. I stared at him. So I got promoted without getting more money, without getting more authority, and with significantly more work? He nodded. That's a pretty good summary. I sat there in silence. Then I asked, can I at least put the title on my resume? He smiled. Absolutely. I stood up. Perfect. I walked back to my desk. My coworker looked over. So how'd the meeting go? I said, I'm officially management. He smiled. Congratulations. I said, thanks. Then he handed me a stack of papers. Can you organize these? I stared at him. He pointed at my new title. I sighed. Apparently, that's what management does. And that's how I discovered the secret to getting promoted at my office. More responsibility, same paycheck. And somehow, I was now the guy everyone asked where the printer paper was.